Welcome, friends. Now we are going to study the importance of mangroves. Why the mangroves are so important? Mangroves protect shorelines from damaging storm and hurricane, winds, waves, and floods. Mangroves also help to prevent erosion by stabilizing sediment with their tangled root systems. They maintain water quality and clarity, filtering pollutants and trapping sediments originating from land. These trees act as a buffer zone because these trees can be regarded as a link between the terrestrial and marine ecosystem. They act as a nature's shield. Each and every part of the mangrove is very much essential. Mangroves are essential to the food chain because whenever the leaves fall on the water, nutrients are released into the water that are needed for the growth of plankton. And phytoplanktons are the producers in this system and most other oceanic ecosystems. The mangrove leaf detritus also provides foods for many types of animals. Mangrove leaf detritus produce carbohydrates and carbon. Leaf litter is initially fragmented by grazing action of amphipods and crabs. Decomposition continues through microbial and fungal decay and leaf detritus. Then, very small invertebrates act upon it, such as worms, mollusks, snails, oysters, prawns, and crabs. These detritus eating animals are a source of food for carnivores such as crabs and fishes. Therefore, mangrove is considered as the nursing ground for many crustaceans, especially prawns and crabs. These in turn provide food for larger fish, reptiles, and birds. Mangrove wetland provides habitat for different animals as well as feeding and breeding grounds for many different animals. Most of the invertebrates, amphibians, reptiles, crustacean, mollusks, pisces, birds, etc. For a wide variety of plants and animals, including endangered species. Mangrove has a special adaptation that it has stilt roots. So these roots of mangrove provide shelter for many fish and other animals. They also provide an attachment site for many creatures such as sponges and animals. The tree themselves provide a nesting site for many types of birds. Mangroves can filter out whatever the pollutants present in riverine or estuarine water, such as nitrates, phosphates, and petroleum based pollutants. The microbes in the sediment break down the pollutants. Mangrove has many ecological uses. During normal growth, mangroves rapidly convert CO2 into biomass. Hence, mangroves can sequester 4 times more carbon than the rainforest can. So, most of this carbon is stored in the soil beneath mangrove trees. So, mangroves are very useful for carbon sequestration and naturally reducing the greenhouse effect. Mangrove is a unique ecosystem, so it maintains a microclimate for many different marine animals. Mangroves prevent the development of acid sulfate soil. It maintains the processes and natural systems, screening the solar UV radiation. It prevents coastal erosion. It is responsible for biomass and litter production, supporting the fishes and wildlife population, trapping and recycling different types of nutrients. Mangroves are very much useful against tsunamis. Mangroves, because of their special adaptations, provide double protection against tidal waves. So, the first line of mangroves, with their flexible branches and tangled roots hanging down into the water, absorb the first shock waves. Then, the second layer of mangroves operates like a wall withstanding much of the sea's fury. They soak up the destructive wave energy and act as a buffer against erosion. Mangroves are a natural shock absorbers, and this applies to floods and cyclones as well as tsunamis. Many parts of the mangroves, including their leaves, fruits, roots, are useful in for medicinal purposes. Their extracts are useful in the treatment of leprosy, epilepsy, cancer, AIDS, and arthritis. Some extracts are useful for rheumatic disorders, asthma, paralysis, expectorant, and fermentation. Some have antidiarrheal properties for dysentery and other troubles. Some mangrove plant extracts have tonic effect. Their fruits useful as a poultice for boils. They have hemostatic activities and may be useful for cure malignant type of ulcers. Some are useful as astringent and antidiarrheal activities. Candelia candel. This species is useful in the treatment for diabetes. Root powder is useful for different types of sores and treating wounds. The another species, Ipomoea, is used for rheumatism, stomachache. Its extract have astringent, diuretic, and laxative properties. So these are the medicinal uses. Mangroves are also useful to facilitate the apiculture. For instance, the Sundarban provides employment to 2,000 people engaged extracting 11 tons of honey annually. In this accounts for about 90% of the honey production among the mangroves of India. In Bangladesh, an estimated 185 tons of honey and 44.4 tons of wax are harvested each year in the western part of the mangrove forest. Economic benefits. Mangroves are also very much useful for transportation, recreation and tourism, education and research. Transportation, that means mangrove is a very attractive place for arranging different tours, wildlife safaris. Recreation and tourism activities includes hiking, boating, for example, wildlife watching, fishing, etc. Mangrove plants have special adaptation and these are unique, special and vulnerable ecosystem. So these mangroves can be useful for different types of studies, that is educational purpose, as well as various research activities to be conducted. Along with this, mangroves are useful for their wood products. Many of the wood products can be obtained from the timber available, especially the species Avicennia. Avicennia marina is considered as one of the best fodder for different cattle. Mangrove wood is used as a fuel or firewood. Aquatic products such as fish, prawns, crabs are also obtained from the mangrove ecosystem. Honey of finest quality is collected from mangroves in West Bengal and Orissa. Mangroves are highly valued for charcoal, tan bark, and pulp. Not only that, the pneumatophores are also used for making bottle stoppers and floats. These are some of the furniture and gift articles prepared from the wood obtained from different mangrove species. Thank you.